So, what are we talking about today?
We're covering lots of great things. The first thing we're going to talk about is we finally thought of a show name.
Yeah. So it's been a long time since we actually started this whole endeavor, and the entire time we've been trying desperately to figure out the ideal perfect show name. And I think we finally figured it out. It kind of led into it with a particularly unfortunate series of events. But so the last migration that happened here in Columbus, one of the larger parks in town, Goodale in fact, was a Magikarp nest. So we began the Chronicles of Never Shiny, which actually began as a bit of a joke. You know, we're kind of poking fun, oh, these will never be shiny, never be shiny. So
They're not.
They unfortunately for shiny Pokebay were not. After farming probably more carps than a lot of people have seen in their career, it's actually kind of like that. So, what number did we figure you started at before the event actually happened?
3.
3.
3.
Let's see.
We ended up with a 527 caught. Literally never shiny.
So that was over the period of, what, 2 weeks? For
Yes.
migration? So over 2 weeks, we farmed out probably 520-ish Magikarp at this park.
Every day.
Every day we were down there. We expended blood, sweat, tears, every viable resource. Lots of, well, I would say fuel though. We didn't really
No gas. We don't drive.
We play this game the hard way. We don't believe in driving and playing. Sometimes you gotta drive to a place to play. Yeah, that's kind of unavoidable. But after that, we get out, we play the hard way. How the game's meant to be played. So, the name of the channel and everything is going to be
Never Shiny Squad.
as I drop the camera.
So, Never Shiny Squad is the name we finally went with. Of course, that's not how it's spelled, but you know.
Yeah, we had to make some accommodations for the Lobby account to make some flashy lures. But Never Shiny Squad is what we're going to be known as from now on. The Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook page, all of that stuff, the media that we're going to be sending out content to, the YouTube channel, first and foremost. Everything is going to be able to be searched for through Never Shiny Squad. And I think that's anything else to touch on with that?
Always hashtag Never Shiny. Always.
Because sadly, it's usually true. And I guess what are we on to next?
The Coming Prepared to Pogo.
Alright, so yeah, as I talked about earlier, we're actually at a Starbucks right now. Now there's a few glorious things about this Starbucks. Firstly, it's on, let's see if I can find this one again. Fail the camera. It's on 3 Pokestops, almost 4. In an ideal world it would have been 4 Pokestops. But here we can actually sit on top of 3 lured Pokestops, and we can keep right on farming while we're taking a break, plugging the phones in, juicing back up, all that fun. And in order to come prepared for that, I'm going to move the camera, try not to squish the Pokebay any more than I already have. Now, obviously coming prepared is very important for every hunt, just like in Pokemon. So we have a plethora of extra chargers, extra wall outlets, and back over here we have extra batteries, extra kickstarts, more extra batteries. That was arted up by our loved shiny Pokebay herself.
Einstein did it. He woke up from his nap and felt creative.
I still have yet to see him wake up from his nap, so
He does.
I'll take her word for that one. We have Raikou along with us. Perfect Raikou. And some extra donuts over here. The pack's down at the bottom. Obviously, it's very important to stay in Poké style while you're out hunting.
Oh, here you go. Here's some style.
Oh, as well. So Shiny Pokebay endeavored to art up the Trapmander onesie with some shiny Pokebay caricatures that detail her name. I think it's awesome. It's far more art and style than I could ever perform. So gotta hand it to her there.
You're not writing on move, are you? Okay.
No, of course not.
So, we covered what you have to have to pogo. Do not pogo without an extra battery. Just don't.
Yeah, pogoing without an extra battery is basically committing to being out for maybe an hour, if you're lucky. If your phone,
Just doing it wrong.
if your phone is hardcore, maybe a couple hours, but that's not really realistic. Most of the time, you want to have wiggle room. The more wiggle room you have, the better. I personally use a pretty top-end Anker. I highly recommend the Anker series batteries. These guys, while they might take about probably 15 hours to fully charge, when they are fully charged, I've played Pokemon for about 12 hours straight on that
Two
thing.
phones.
As well, during that time, I plugged 2 phones into it. Most of them have multiple outlets. The highest end version has 2 quick charge outlets, which is amazing. I can't stress enough. The higher the quality of the battery, the higher the quality of your Pokemon hunting life. All right, and I guess let's head right on to the next topic here.
Oh boy, this is the best one.
Our daily catches. Oh, let me get out the decks as well for this one.
We've been out here since,
Let me move Raikou aside.
7, 8 o'clock this morning?
It's been it was an early morning. We knew we wanted to hit the event hard today. And first, right off the bat, actually, we picked up the Perfect Eevee. Not only is it a perfect Eevee, but as you can see by the CP and the level bar up top, it is very high level. We believe it's a level 30, and I'm holding on to mine. I'm holding on to mine for 3rd generation. I think that's going to be the first name trick that I do in 3rd generation, and I think that having an Eevee stashed or 3 for this is going to be a good move. The next catch we picked up.
Oh, Raikou.
I was already a little overzealous on this one. I'm sure he needs to
calm down.
He definitely
Time
needs to
out.
So, I definitely jumped the gun on this a little bit, and I evolved mine straight up into Blossom. Favorite of the Oddish series, one of the favorite Pokemon in general, and it picked up, I believe, the best moveset for defending. Probably not the best moveset for offense, but... Alright, so we had to do a brief intermission for a battery swap, and we are back live again. And I'm gonna move back over to my favorite seat.
Just sit on me.
Yep. And spin the camera back around over here. So the last thing we're gonna talk about is this event and the dust tally so far. Pokebay is schooling me on the dust tally. She's gotten a bit more legwork in so far this event, and she's probably sitting at, I don't know, where are you guys?
Just shy of 200,000.
Putting about 200K so far. That's awesome. I figured I'm probably somewhere at like, I don't know, like maybe 120 to 150. I've been putting some work in, but not quite as much just yet. Today is actually the Big Dust Day. The Big Dust Day, and then tomorrow will be the Big Dust Day part 2. I know I've got a list, a laundry list as it were, of perfect IV Pokemon that all want to be topped out by the end of this event. I think it starts off with, finishing my Tyranitar roster. I have one more T-Tar to finish my Mewtwo killing machines, and then After that, I have a Perfect Blissey. She's somewhere around level 26, 27. I want to get her up to the top because obviously top tier, #1 gym defender in the video game. After that, what was next? I feel like it was either my Jolteon or my Ampharos. One of those two guys. And then I guess the Blossom just worked its way into the mix there too. But I'll be showing off all the additions to Applejack's Titan list of 100% fully maxed out Mon. Probably in a future video once we get through this dust event. And what were you doing with your dust?
I haven't decided.
So she's holding her dust. All right. So to touch briefly, there are two distinctly different kinds of playing with your dust in this video game, and you'll bump into two very distinctly different types of players. There are players like me that sit at double-digit dust most of the time. That basically we're burners. As soon as we get it, we spend it. And while I don't regret a single point of dust I've ever spent, it is sometimes kind of unfortunate / frustrating to not have any dust when you pick up a new perfect. Basically all my dust has always gone into perfect Pokemon. There's a very small list of Mon I've ever dusted that aren't perfect, and usually it's like,
Like that.
nice. That's actually, there, let's like, I'll pan the camera around again.
One more time.
So this is a prime example of a very good usage of dust. For 98% Espeon, you're basically not gonna find, I mean, sure you can find a perfect Eevee, there is that chance, but even if you do, there is such a small difference between a perfect Espeon and a 98% Espeon.
That, and if you do get a perfect Eevee, that's a 1 in 5 chance that you're gonna get what you actually want.
So she's shooting him up to the top here. Or, yeah, him, call that right.
He's so pretty.
And once he's done, he will destroy Machamp bosses. He's not quite as high DPS as an Alakazam, but he makes up for that in other stats. He's definitely very valuable as far as the psychic type DPS Pokemon.
Need more candies.
Out of Eevee candy. That's the first time I've seen that happen. Fantastic.
Yeah. I need to do check the Machamp we got this morning.
Yeah, mine wasn't good.
Mine's simply amazing.
Yeah, I think mine was strong with double steel moves. It was the trifecta of bad. Actually, I think that's it. So we're gonna head back out and keep on following that dust. I guess I'll see you guys in a future video. Peace.
We are going to take that video.